as gold takes out this high, it's going to be very important to see how gold really respects the zone. Nasdaq is pretty straightforward. I won't even lie to you. Welcome back to another YouTube video, FlareFX, where we make trading very simple. Now, today's video, as you guys can see, we're going to be breaking down Nasdaq, GBP/USD, and gold. So stay tuned to the end. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And the guys who are new here, today is a very special day, guys. I will be announcing the 2 free giveaways from the Discord channel, right? The link is in the description. If you're watching this video, make sure to join the Discord because it does go down. But nonetheless, let's get into it. All right. So this is my Discord Flare Trading Hub. The link is in the description, guys. Make sure to click that and join so you can stand a chance to win, right? So the way this thing works is it's 1 point for sending your setups and 2 points for helping other members, right? And we're relatively on like 125, guys. I really appreciate the people who've been joining the Discord. It's been going crazy. Like I've been showing you, you guys have been posting your setups. It's a community. It's the thing that I've been dreaming of since day one, right? But nonetheless, I do have the list over here, right, of the 2 winners. I was gonna let me do second place till the first place, but oh no, let's do number 1 to number 2, because number 1 and number 2 is very tricky. I do want to mention, right? So for the first place with 28 points, we have Uncle Spash, right? Uncle Spash has been consistent even last month. As you can clearly see, he's been posting a lot of his analysis on the group. He's even been sending through his Euro USD setups, and he's been consistent since last month. He just came short through the other members because they were consistent, right? So we have Uncle Spash at 28 points, and then on second place, because they are only 2 spots that I am giving away, it was very close. It was very close between these 2 guys, Lone Boy and Rihlale, right? Rihlale. I don't know if I'm pronouncing them properly. So at second place with 18 points, we have Lone Boy. Lone Boy is the one that really took it home, right? He was posting a lot of his setups. If you guys want to win the next 2 free spots, make sure to post your setups on the Discord and help other members for 2 points, right? But congratulations to Uncle Spash and Lone Boy for winning the first and second place. I will send them a message personally, but nonetheless, let's get into the breakdown. All right, so this is Nasdaq on the monthly time frame, right, guys? I am going on the monthly time frame because it is the end of the month, and then we just want to pay attention to how Nasdaq has performed throughout the month of August, right? So this is August. This was July, May, and April. So from May, June, we've seen Nasdaq pushing all the way to the top, and then around July we started seeing some retracements, and then August we see this whole bearish movement all the way to the downside, probably taking this low and this low out, right? So we can anticipate that Nasdaq has already done whatever it needed to do and is planning on pushing higher and higher. We can find ourselves breaking the previous month high or July's high, right? So now I'll go over to the 4-hour time frame, and then we can look at how Nasdaq performed last week, or this week, so to say. So Nasdaq pushed all the way to the downside over here, right, at the end of the month, and then we see that price has already respected the zone over here, hence why the movement all the way to the top, right? So with Nasdaq, right, on Friday, I don't trade on Fridays, but I did see that Nasdaq did respect a setup that we were looking at like this, right? Price did come in relatively to the 61% zone. This is the indices strategy, guys. Remember, indices follow the 61%, and then gold follows the 50%, right? We come in over here, we respect this, and then this was going to be our entry, and then take profit could be all the way to the top over here. So Nasdaq is pretty straightforward. I won't even lie to you. We can see that Nasdaq took out these lows, started pushing all the way to the top. We can see that we can classify this as a change of character over here, right? Change of character, bingo bango, right? So that is the first high over here that we have. That's the first high, and then that's the second high that we have on the top there, right? So I am being patient for it to see how price is going to move. If I was to be trading on Fridays, I would have taken this entry, but I do not take trades on Friday, right? That is my rule. That is the thing that I follow, right? But I can already see that Nasdaq is going to be pushing. Let's see on the 1-hour time frame if maybe it does look a little bit cleaner, look a little bit nicer. So on the 1-hour time frame, as we can see, it's a whole lot of bullish momentum all the way to the downside. This happened relatively towards like what is this, new close. So we can be patient and see how price is going to move. We can see that price has changed character over here as well, so it does anticipate that price wants to move all the way to the top. So what I am anticipating, right? As much as we can be in the 61% zone and we can assume that Nasdaq did respect, let's be patient enough to wait, because Mondays do come with a bit of manipulation, right? So we just have to wait for Nasdaq to play around this area over here maybe, and then push all the way to the top. But it is looking nice. So my price action traders, they already know this is a whole correction or flag pattern, so to say, all the way to the downside, right? So it is an impulse, and then all of this is a correction, and then we're anticipating price to move all the way to the top, right? So it's looking nice, guys, especially for the month of what was it, September, my bad. For the month of September, I'll try to do my best as well to make sure that I do weekly, like midweek breakdowns as well. Also, you guys, please let me know if you guys want more content, like taking 200 rand to 10,000 rand. You know, I've seen a lot of YouTubers doing that, right? So I would be interested just to really test my skill, right? Even if we do blow the account, I think it would be very good for you as the viewers to learn as much as it is, and the mistakes. It's like more so a documentary thing for me. Like, I know I could watch these videos maybe when I'm 30 and be like, damn, I used to be this type of trader, right? For me, when I post these types of videos, it's more so like a documentary thing. Like every week I can go back to a weekly breakdown not so long ago and really check how I was looking at the markets, right? And then let price push all the way to the top, getting back to the video, right? So this is Nasdaq. Like, looking at it in the 4-hour time frame, I am anticipating buys, guys. I've been anticipating buys for this thing for a while right now, so we're just going to be patient to see if it does respect or it just keeps on pushing all the way to the top. As soon as Nasdaq, let's say maybe we can't catch this entry, right? As soon as Nasdaq breaks this high over here, I will be looking to be marinating buys all the way to the top, right? But that is Nasdaq. Let's move over to GBP/USD. Okay, so this is GBP/USD on the monthly time frame, guys. So we're starting off the monthly time frame mainly because it is the month end, so we kind of have to understand and gauge how this currency has been moving, right? I've been backtesting GBP/USD, guys, for a while now, and I'm noticing that I'm not as good as it. Like, my strategy isn't as very good on GBP/USD for the longest of time, or maybe for these past 3 months, so to say. Since I've been backtesting, I'm realizing that GU has been one of the pairs that have been really killing my account. And the thing is, the only way to realize that is if you actually go and backtest, guys. Really check if your strategy works and different types of things. But I did what is this? Tweak it a bit. I've realized gold has been paying me a lot. German 30, Nasdaq is pretty good. GBP/USD is a bit iffy. It's not as much as I'd wanted to, but it's a decent, and I just have to really change a few of the things that I've been doing, right? But nonetheless, with GBP/USD in the monthly time frame, you can see that June we had a closure below the May high, right? And then June, July, we have been having beautiful movements. Even in the month of August, like, prices pushed all the way to the top and closed above what is this? We'll even highlight this. It closed above what is this? Let me come and put it like this. We closed above July's high, right? Relatively there. So now when we go over to the daily time frame, like this, we can see that that is the July's high, right? Hence why price is going to retrace into this zone over here, and then we can anticipate to buy, right? And then we have imbalances that we have over here on the daily time frame, so we can anticipate that, hey man, we can come and respect these ones over here, right? And then pulling out my Fibonacci retracement tool, let's see how far it takes us. The Fibonacci is telling us that the 73% zone is here, and then the 61% zone is here, right? So we know for currency pairs, it's the 73% zone that really works the most. We can classify this high over here as a break of structure. Bingo bango, break of structure. So we can anticipate what is this, the what GBP/USD to be selling off a bit, especially in the beginning of September, so we can mitigate this lows over here and these fair value gaps that we have over here. Then we can anticipate it to push, right? And it also makes sense, like, before a currency moves up, it usually goes lower before it goes higher, just to collect some of the liquidity, right? Hence why when we had this GBP open, it sold all the way to the downside, and then now is all the way to the high, right? So we are anticipating the same thing for GBP/USD when you go over to the 4-hour time frame. Now, understanding that preconceived notion that we are anticipating buys over here, so I'll be patiently waiting for GU to start really retracing a bit. I wouldn't classify this as a change of character. Like for me, when changes of character really happen, I love to see like strong closes below, right? I can't classify most of them, but if it's a strong close below and an imbalance is left over, you see something like this. If we had some price action similar to this on the downside, I will anticipate that GU has been starting to sell off. But I will be patient for GU, of course, right? As soon as we start getting some imbalances and breaks of lows, then I can anticipate that, okay, cool, like changes of character, we can counter trade this thing. For now, I am looking at GBP USD from a swing perspective, guys. Like this is from a swing perspective, right? But for me, like I like to understand where is the next month gonna go, so I know that throughout the month, what am I looking for, right? So we can already understand that GBP USD for the upcoming month, we do anticipate bullish behavior, guys. But the thing is, we already know market has to go down before it goes up. This isn't a bullish situation, right? It goes down to fill out the efficiencies and also to take out the liquidity that needs to be taken out, right? Then we can see price start pushing higher and higher. But for now, looking at it on the 4-hour time frame, for me personally, there isn't a strong sign of a market reversal yet, as of yet. So we have to be patient. These are the markets, guys. We can anticipate that there is a sell into a buy, but GBP USD can just start pushing all the way to the top before we can see a retracement, right? So we just have to be patient with this guy. Even checking the 1-hour time frame, maybe we might find something clean. Not really for me, as you already can see. This is some choppiness. I know a lot of guys can be taking these types of trades, but for me, since I understand that GBP USD has been really killing some of my accounts for the past few months, right, I am gonna be a bit more stricter, especially with entries. Like I'm gonna be more picky, I'm gonna be more subjective to a lot of the entries, especially with GBP USD, guys. But nonetheless, that's what I do see. The higher time frame perspective is we are anticipating this thing to be selling off relatively into this lows over here, right? Pushing all the way to the downside, and then we can see ourselves buying this thing all the way to the top as soon as it gets to this point, right? So we can see maybe the first 2 weeks of the month we can anticipate that this thing will be a whole lot of bearish, and then we can anticipate a whole lot of bullish behavior. But I am going to be patient, like I said, guys. Right, let's move over to gold. All right, so this is gold on the monthly time frame as well. We're looking at it from the monthly time frame. So with gold, as much as it is, we can already see that gold is closing above the previous month's high, so we can anticipate that it is going to be bullish behavior. We can already see, like I said, it sells before it buys, so we can already anticipate that this thing still wants to go higher and higher, right? We do have a huge imbalance over here that really does make me wonder if gold is gonna come back all the way to the downside. Even using my fib, we'll use the Gantt box, because you understand that this thing retraces only 50% of the time, right? So we can anticipate that maybe gold, if it does close above and then it wants to make a retracement, this zone over here on the 50% is very key for me. What number is this? I just want to make sure I know. It's like a relative around 2,175 ounces, right? So we just have to be patient for that if gold wants to start retracing, right? But like with market structure looking at it of its own, it is implying that there are going to be more buys, right? As you can see on the daily time frame, there is a setup that we missed on the group with the team during the week. Which one is it? Was this one, right? We saw that gold pushed all the way to the top, right, making this high. We execute based off of the 50% zone. I think that was the high that it printed because price sunk, pushed up. We highlighted this high and then this low over here, right? And then we go and mark out the 50. We'll remove the 61, mark out the 50, and leave the like this. I just want to make sure it's like this. Yeah, so for gold, this is how it looks, right, in terms of like trading it, right? Because it respects usually the 50%, right? So the way I would execute is enter over here and then stop loss relatively by 61. Like for me, if there isn't no imbalance or fair value gap, I will put it like exactly on 61%. If there is, I'll just give it a bit of room because I see that there's an imbalance, right? So that was the setup, and then price pushes all the way to the top. This is take profit 1. Right, so if we did take this trade, we would still be just there, right? We'll still be in profit, like maybe floating. That's about 2%, right? With the highs of 4%, right? But for me, usually, I do target maybe relatively 4.5 risk to reward ratio. depending on the market size and stuff like that. But with gold, it's just gonna wait. We're gonna wait. But for me, what I am anticipating, right, if gold wants to keep on pushing higher and higher, but when I'm paying attention to market structure, all of this, guys, it's more so what is this consolidation for me personally, right? And I saw with some of the clients, they are anticipating, or they have said to me that they have already seen that gold has changed character over here, right? As you can already see, they're anticipating that gold has already changed character over here, right? We have a high over here, right? So this high hasn't been broken yet, but based off of the trade that ours and I take over here, this high was going to be just mitigated, so our take profit gets hit. Something very similar to this, right? So I just want to show you guys like that, right? And then take profit gets hit for also taking out the liquidity, right? Then maybe you can anticipate what is this gold starting to sell, right? And the best way to understand if gold is gonna sell is if you look at the DXY, which I do look over with the team every Sunday, guys, Wednesdays and Sundays. So make sure, right? And then we can anticipate that maybe gold can come all the way to the downside after that mitigation, right? Let me just show you, like we were anticipating on the monthly time frame, that this is what we are anticipating, that maybe gold could come, take out that high, and then push all the way to the downside to the 50% zone. Then we can see ourselves buying, right? But for me, I'm gonna be honest with the way the week is going to be going next week. I'll wait, obviously, for gold to push all the way to the top over here, right? Take out this high. As soon as gold takes out this high, it's going to be very important to see how gold really respects the zone. If gold, what is this, breaks this high, right, and closes above it with a nice candlestick, just mind my candlestick, like with a nice candlestick like this, right, I'd be cool, like I'd understand that, okay, cool, and it opens another candlestick the very similar way, another candlestick on top, then it's okay. But if price closes above and then displaces below, basically another candle that's like this, right, all the way to the downside like this, bingo bango like that, then I can anticipate that we want to start getting sales, right? So if it does close above and keeps on going, then I understand that, okay, cool, buys make more sense. But if it closes above and displaces back into the range, then I already know that, okay, cool, we're just taking the liquidity. We can find ourselves pushing price all the way to the downside and trading gold a bit lower, right? But that's what I do see for the upcoming week, guys. Make sure to subscribe, join the Discord. All my links are gonna be in the description. My Instagram, my TikTok, everything is there. Just make sure to click that. And then if you guys are interested in the mentorship, like I said, guys, I will be moving to a subscription-based mentorship. So for the guys who are interested, make sure to get the 500 Rand once-off payment, guys. I know a lot of you guys don't want to be paying the subscription-based one. So just make sure to join while you can, because this is a once-off payment, right? Making sure that you guys secure the best deal that you possibly can, right? This includes the full flare effect strategy, the full prop firm strategy, the lifetime signals, access to the private WhatsApp group, risk management masterclasses, psychology masterclasses, with 2 Discord sessions every week, guys, with every week. So Wednesdays and Sundays, we do these sessions. This is where you get the psychology and risk management masterclasses, even the prop firm strategy, how you can scale your profits to the bigger picture, right? But nonetheless, it is yet another week. It is yet another dollar. Make sure to comment down what type of videos you guys want. But nonetheless, it's yet another week, guys. Mr. Flair signing out.